Hi, everybody. I'm having trouble getting just my face on without my desktop. So just give me a minute here to figure out why this is happening. Hold on a second. All right. So we might not look at my face today. It might just be all cards because for some reason, whenever I tried to put it on my face, I was getting two screens. All right, but I can look at my comments here. Hi, everyone. Oh, some of you got a lot of snow this weekend. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. Yeah, we just had cold, lots of cold. Hello, good morning. Oh, nice to see you. Thank you for joining me, everybody. We are going to make these two cards. This was my swap card for my downline meeting last week. This is so cute. And then this is the inside panel. And I'm going to show you all the steps for making this card. And then we're going to do a super cute, simple, easy to mass produce Valentine card with our heart punch pack. So I just had to do something really cute with, I love this paper with the little suckers on it, you know, the little heart-shaped suckers. Plus it gave me another excuse to use these iridescent rhinestones that Stampin' Up! Just introduced that are so pretty. And then just something sweet. And then we're going to decorate the envelope. And this is all done with our basic white note cards and envelopes. Oh, you guys are so nice. You love the cards. Good, 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 good. Let me get these out of the way for a second. Hold on, hold on. Let's go ahead and look at the bundle. So it's called Gumball Greetings. Really fun little set, and the bundle includes the coordinating dies. And I want to just give you a tip right off the bat. Oh my gosh, I want you to take a look at how small that die is. I lost it in shag carpeting at the cabin. Oh, you know how I actually ended up finding it? Somehow I just got this burst of an idea to use the magnet from the back of my Stamparatus. And I just took the magnet and just went over the whole, oops, this is very strong magnet. See what I mean? It really picks up metal. So I took the magnet and went all over my carpet trying to find this stinking tiny, tiny little die. I mean, it is so small and I was just sick about losing it. But lo and behold, the Stamparatus magnet picked it right up. Well, it still took about 5 minutes of running it over my carpet to find it because I had no idea exactly where I dropped it. So I just knew it was somewhere underneath my desk or underneath my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine station. I mean, I just had no idea. So that is a little bit crazy. So I just want you to know that, like, there was another card that we're going to make tomorrow during my one for Wednesday and mailbox shares, and it uses this little tiny die. That's what I was getting ready for. But I just want you to know that you can take some removable tape and then put the little tiny small dies on removable tape and then just keep it here. So it all at least gives it a little more bulk. So if you drop something, you've got a chance of finding it. All right, so that was my little tip about that. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to get started recreating this card. We're going to be using the Supple Shimmer paper. So you remember I used this in my Paradise Palms card kit to go. I love this paper. And we're going to be using the pink one today on the card. And then we're also going to use the Sweet Talk Designer Series paper. And I love this one. I think it's just magical. All of these cascading hearts coming down. And it looks really super cool in the Gumball machine. It's like the perfect background paper for the Gumballs. Oh, so fun. So that's what I use. Of course, there's all kinds of other really pretty paper in this DSP pack. And then this is the page that we're going to use on our sweet little quick card that we're making later. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Oh my gosh, just so much pretty paper. So much pretty paper. So I'm going to set this aside and we'll get going right this second. So the first thing that you're going to need is a piece of basic white. It needs to be cut at 3 by 5 1/4. And then you just want to take one of the, take your little gumball die and you're going to cut this through your Stampin' Cut and emboss machine and have this little cutout left. So you don't need this. I just left it here to show you what I did. Again, 3 by 5 1/4. And we're going to take that away. And then you're left with something like this. Now I just knew it needed to be, I don't know, is it about 1 inch down? I really didn't have a template. I kind of guessed every time. It looks like it's about 3/4 of an inch from the top if you're trying to figure this out on your own. I was able to eyeball it because I did a lot of these. I probably did about 18 altogether because it was just so cute. I had to make extras. All right, so then the next thing to do is you're going to want to take some, wait a second. Oh yeah, here we go. I thought I didn't have everything that I needed, but I do. Then you're going to want to take a scrap of red paper, the real red paper, and you're going to want to stamp the base of the gumball machine and the little top of the gumball machine. And then you cut that out and it's going to look like this. Oh, it's so super cute. So super, super cute. All right. So we're going to be putting that over the top of this, and I'll show you how to do that. But first, before we do that, we need another scrap. And this is just a 3, well, is it even that much? I was going to say it's a 3 by 3, but it's not. It's a 2.5 inch square piece of window sheet. And then I just took another one of these and cut it out so that we could have a little glass. Oh, it sort of looks like glass, a little shiny feature. Let me bring the card in again. Can you see that? Can you see when I hold it in the light how shiny that is? That's because that's a window sheet there. So you're going to need that. So now to start assembling this, you're actually going to put your window sheet in first. And I know this is like almost impossible to see. I'll see if I can. I don't think it's going to make any difference. So I turn, if there's a front and if there's a top and a bottom, flip it over, so you have the bottom up. And then you're going to set this in. And then what I did, once I had that in, oh, it's so wiggly today. I don't know why. Hold on. I got to get it in there. Just right, because you want it to fit right back in. Okay, then when it's in there really good, you're going to take some Scotch tape and you are going to tape on the top and tape on the bottom, because this is not going to show. You'll see what I mean in a second. Just trust me. So you're going to tape on the top and the bottom, and don't worry, this is going to get more sturdy as we go along. So you have your window sheet now inserted into your globe here. Looks like that. Then let's see, then you can take this, the base of your gumball machine, and you're going to be setting that right over the top. So that's why you don't have to worry about this showing, because it's not going to show. So to do this part, I'm just going to use some multi-purpose liquid glue. And don't glue this little door down, because you want that door to open. So we're going to do a little stamping inside that door. So then you just put your base on like this. Oh yeah, and you're going to stamp Happy Valentine's Day at the bottom, which I forgot to do. I should have done that first before I had this like all put together. Darn it. Oh, well, that's okay. Do as I say, not as I do, right? So now I'm going to glue on this little top part. So we're making good progress. Okay, and just give it a second to get all set in. All right, then, so I didn't do the stamping sooner, but I'm going to do it later. I'm going to do it right this second. So we've got our stamparatus, because like I said, I made about 18 of these. So I needed to stamp Happy Valentine's Day, Happy Valentine's Day, Happy Valentine's Day on all of these cards. I actually did this before I did all of this stuff, but I think you guys know. So you're going to set this here, and then I already have this all set up, so it's going to work perfect. But to keep this in place, I am going to use a magnet. So pull one of these guys off. And I just have it set way up to the corner, and I'm just gonna set it, you know, like that. And then when I bring this down, it's gonna stamp Happy Valentine's Day at the bottom, just perfect. Okay, everybody, cross your fingers that this works. All right, so now to ink this up, if I don't do this, I have all kinds of people telling me to do it. So even though I sometimes don't do this in real life, I do it for video so I don't get lectured. So we're gonna open this up and we are going to ink up Happy Valentine's Day. I mean, it makes sense, but sometimes I'm just lazy and I hold it. Just depends on how many I'm doing. So, all right, so I've got Happy Valentine's Day. I did it with our Tuxedo Black Memento ink, and we're going to bring this down. And let's really hope that this all works great and I don't have to. I got a bloober. Dang it. We're going to go with it though, because I'm not going to start over. Plus, I can't start over. I had this all prepped in advance, but that's okay. You know what? It just says, hey guys, I'm homemade. Look, I took extra time for you by making this from scratch. This is not purchased. This is homemade. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to put this onto the front of our card right here. No, we're not. We're going to stamp more. Remember, we've got to stamp inside our little door, because I made sure I didn't glue that down. So I'm just going to hold that up while I take the little heart U, I'm going to ink it up. And we're going to put that right here, so that when you open this little door, there's something on the inside. So cute. All right. Boy, I tell you, I really messed this up. I'm not going to worry about it. If it really bugs me, I'll decorate it somehow differently so that doesn't show. Okay, so here we have our card base, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And let me grab my phone folder here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take, nope, you know what? We're not quite ready to go there yet because we have to put our cascading hearts on. How could I forget? So let me get all of this done. So we've got our cascading hearts that's going on the back. And again, what you're doing is you're just taking a scrap of those hearts, see, scrap. And then again, you cut another globe. And then this, you're going to flip this over, turn this around, fit that right back into that globe shape. And then just, nope, we can't do this yet. It just occurred to me. I need to put all of my cute little sparklies in there. Oh my gosh, where are my sparklies? Oh yes, here they are. It's a scrap of our really cute supple shimmer paper. So I did pre-cut this. See, I tried to save a little time today because I knew this was kind of a complicated card. So I'm going to poke all of these out. So you have to run this through a couple of times. There's these 3 little hearts and you have to run it through twice, 3 little heart dies. So I'm going to set all of these over here. And we are going to put these little heart dies on. So I'm going to do that with, so we're going to take a big one, a medium-sized one, and a little one. And I'm going to put them on with glue dots. So I've got my take your pick tool. Here are my glue dots, and I'm just going to pull away. And I'm going to put it onto the biggest one first. We're going to set that one right. Whoops, did you see that? It jumped. We're going to set that one right here. Then we're going to take the medium-sized one. It's actually easier just to drop them directly onto the glue roll. And then use the take your pick tool to pick them up. We're going to put our medium one right up here. And then we'll take our little small one and go right here. So now we have these cute little sparkly hearts in our little jar, in our little domed jar. Then we're going to flip it upside down over the top, and we are going to take our Scotch tape and just get that all set into the back. This time I'm kind of liberal. I'm putting it all around. And you can see how that makes it a lot sturdier now. So you don't really have to worry about that one on the front that was only attached in 2 places. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our stamp and seal, because I think this is the point where I can use stamp and seal. And we're going to add this to the front of our card. So I'm just putting stamp and seal all the way around. And now what we're going to do is we're going to set this right through the center of our card so that the top and bottom are about even and the right and the left are about even. There we go. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to sparkle this up even more. So I've got some 1/8 inch by 5 1/4 inch pieces. See these little tiny strips? Yes, I was cutting 1/8 inch. Isn't that crazy? You know I am. 1/8 inch by 5 1/4. And to put these on, I've just discovered that the best way to do it is to take your multi-purpose liquid glue, just run a skinny little line up each side. And then you can take these little strips and just drop them in on each side. So here's one for this side, and just snug them right up next to your basic white panel. And we'll do this one over here. They're so cute. All right, so there we go. So the front is almost done. The only thing we still have to do on the front is we have to add 2 more little hearts. So I think I put 2 big ones on the inside, but that doesn't matter. Normally I would have taken one of the big ones and put it down here, but we can use a medium one. So we're going to take one of the medium ones and set it right there in the center where you would put a coin. Isn't that cute? And then we're going to take another one. Normally this would have been a big one, but I see now that I put 2 of the big ones in the globe, but that's okay. So we're going to set that one down here. So it's kind of peeking out this door, because that gives people the idea that, hey, there's something under there. Then another thing that I did is I took one of these small matte black dots and I put it right on this door. Just another little way, just another way to accentuate the fact that there's something under this door and you need to look. There we go. So the front is done. Not too hard if you follow the steps, which I almost didn't. So now let's finish out the inside, which is pretty simple. We've got a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of basic white. We have a stamp that says, wishing you the sweetest day ever. Again, we're going to use the Tuxedo Basic Black. Just going to ink that up. You know, I think it's my ink pad. It seems like it's, you know, I travel back and forth from home to here and there. And sometimes, you know, when you travel, things go like this when they get put in the truck. And I think my ink is not very level across that pad. So that's probably not good. That's probably what happened on the front. Well, that didn't do too bad. That's a good thing. All right, then we're going to take our little tiny heart and we're going to accentuate that inside piece. So let me put that on here. I've just put it on to a mini glue dot and we're going to set it right here. Oh my gosh, that's just the perfect little accent for the inside of the card. So now to put it into the card, just take your stamp and seal. Set it right in there. Just make sure all 4 borders are even, give it a press, and it's done. So here's the front and our cute little peeky-boo window. And then here's the inside. Do you love it? Oh my gosh, I so love it. I'm so glad you love it too. I see hearts and likes. Thank you. All right, so let's go to the very next card that we're doing. And I promise this one won't take very long because it's quick and easy. It's one of those that you will be able to mass produce. Just quickly cleaning an ink pad here. Not an ink pad, a stamp. Quickly cleaning a stamp, because I have to use the same one in my next card, but a different ink color. All right, so this is our next card, and we are going to do this one with the heart pack punch, because like, I know, I don't remember when these were introduced. Maybe it was a year ago, maybe it was 2 years ago, but Stampin' Up! Has them in their regular product line, so you'll find them in the annual catalog. And I mean, it's nice to use them for Valentine's Day, I think, because it just makes creating things with them really fast. So we've got a scrap of basic white, and then we're going to take that same sentiment that I used before, except this time we're going to use real red ink, because we're going to stamp our sentiment that's going to go right here. So I've got my real red ink. We're just going to stamp that right here. And then we're going to take there's two types of hearts. One has a scalloped edge. I mean, how perfect for Valentine's Day, but that's going to be our matte layer. So we're going to take the one that's a straight edge, and we're just going to center this in here and give that a punch. Lots of white space around here. And you know, white space just brings attention to what it's surrounding. So it makes a really pretty cutout. And then we've got a scrap of real red. And we're going to take our scallop punch and just make up scallop punch out. And that's what we're going to put this onto. But I'll do that in a second when that ink has had a little bit more time to settle. Meanwhile, do I want to do this? Yes, I do want to do this. I'm going to do the inside. Do I want to do that? Yes, I want to do that. Sorry, you have to listen to me talk to myself today. We're going to do the inside panel here. So I've got one of our basic white note cards from Stampin' Up. So they sell them already scored. All you have to do is, fold them and use your bone folder to make them behave. And what we're going to do is we're going to just add some inside hearts here, just to give it a little fun look on the inside, so it's not too blah. And then I'm going to set this aside to dry. And you'll notice that we even decorated the envelope, so that's pretty fun. So we might as well do that while we're waiting for things to dry. So I've got my envelope right here. This is like 3.5 by 5.5, something like that. So I've got this cut. I think it's probably about 2 inches by 5.25. And what we want to do is we're going to just glue this on. So what I do, and I know this is hard for you to see. Let me see if I can find something to highlight that. So let me grab my Stampin' mat here, just so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to take the glue and I'm going to go all the way around the edge of the envelope, just where the flap is. And then I just do kind of a couple of swirls through the middle. Do you see how I did that? Then take your paper that you're going to use on the outside and just tuck it up there. Press it into place. And then flip it over, and using a paper snips, go ahead and just trim around the outside. That's just really such a quick and easy thing to do. So that's what we're doing. I often do not decorate my envelopes because I send so many cards that if I were to decorate all of my envelopes, it would add another couple hours to my work week, and I don't want to add that much time to my work week. But if I'm sending a Valentine's card to my daughters, I will take the time to decorate the envelope. All right, so then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to set together this middle section here of the card. So this is what we're going for. So let me give you the measurements for that. So the real red panel is 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. And the Sweet Conversations DSP panel is 2 5/8 by 4 1/8. So it's just 1/8 inch smaller than what we've got here. And then we're just going to glue those two panels together. So once again, we're grabbing the multi-purpose liquid glue, just putting a little line all the way around that rectangle panel. Wow, I just got ink on all over me today. That's okay. So we're going to set this in, scoot it around so we just get a nice skinny border all the way around. So we've got something that looks like that. Then we're going to take some ribbon. So we've got the faux real red ribbon, and it really ties nicely. It's really easy to work with. I really love it. And we're going to need 2 little strips. So I cut them about the same size, just a little wider than the panel. And one of the strips, we're going to just put it around the bottom. And then the other strip, we're going to do a tie on. So then take your other strip and just tie that on so that you get a nice tie on. And when you do your tie on, be sure you put your thumb underneath it. See how I put my thumb underneath it and I flip it over. And then when you do that flip over, you get a nice flat knot to the top. And now just take your scissors and just, you know, trim up your edges so you have something kind of cute. So then this panel's almost done. So we can go ahead and put that on the front of our card. Oh, here it is. So here's the inside panel. So I got to make sure I keep my hearts right side up and put this on the right spot. So we're going to flip this around. We're going to add some multi-purpose liquid glue to the back. And then we're just going to set this right smack dab in the center of our card. So you'll have about the same amount of space, top, bottom, right, and left. It's pretty easy to center. And then go ahead and take this panel and you're going to use some Stampin' Seal on the back. And you're going to put this little heart, just center it into the scalloped heart so you get a nice little even border all the way around. And then flip that over and you're going to add some dimensionals to the back. There we go. And then you're going to set this in right about like this. And then for the finishing touch, we're going to use these really pretty iridescent basic jewels. Please bag Stampin' Up! To keep them in our product line. I mean, look at these. Oh my gosh. They're like little tiny rainbows in every single one. I just love it. So take your pick tool. We're going to take a big one. Put it right here. We're going to take a medium one, put it right next to it. We're going to take a little tiny one and put it up here. And here we have our completed card. So let me go ahead and get all of this stuff out so you can see what we did. Oh, they're so cute, aren't they? Then we have this one. Maybe I'll put it like that. And this one. Have a great day, everyone. I truly appreciate you, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.